Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time to get back into Powerwash Simulator and see what's happening in Bikini Bottom with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are going to be continuing on with the SpongeBob SquarePants DLC and hopefully trying to figure out what the heck is going on with everything. And hello there again, Christina. Welcome. So last time we got into it, it was the day after a birthday party for a snail that got incredibly dirty. And SpongeBob was pretty sure that they had cleaned up afterwards and everything, but everything was filthy the next morning, which is a problem. And then we had the Krusty Krab was complaining because Plankton had flung dirt and stuff at their store, which was in retaliation for the chum bucket getting dirty. And yeah, that was a little strange because nobody had done anything. Now, as we left last night, we had just gotten to the paddy wagon. We'd gotten our screenshots and everything for tonight. And we noticed this strange, like, almost dirt bubble floating around the chum bucket. Kind of like, wait a second, I know I dirtied this thing up. And yeah. Apparently, Patrick's also seen something weird going on. Some one-legged hopping dirt thing, which is a little questionable as well. But with all that said, let's go ahead and jump on into do it and see what's going on. Yeah, we have fish paste. The muck spreader struck again last night. This time it hits Mr. Excuse me, Mr. Krab's paddy wagon. No one's seen the filthy hopper anywhere, so it looks like we're back to square one. My friend Sandy Cheeks is coming over to help me investigate. She's the smartest aquanautic squirrel I know. Again, pretty sure she's the only one in existence. Together, we'll get to the bottom of all this. Let's split up. We'll search for clues in the dirt. You wash it all away with your shouty water cannon. So we'll see if this shows up again. Nope, apparently once we noticed that it was there. Oh, nope, there it is. Yeah. And then it just flies around it, kind of like, oh, what happened here? And just zooms off. Which is, yeah, very, very strange. Holy mackerel, SpongeBob said things were messy. But this here's muckier than a mad moose in a marsh. Anyhow, don't mind me. I'm just gonna quietly go about my detecting business. Interesting. I think it was last year. We're looking for the 3 M's: means, motive, and opportunity. But first, the crime scene itself. Yeah, I think it was last year. Wendy's, I think it was Wendy's was actually doing the Krabby Patty. Oh yeah, the shaker pack with pickle flavored salt. I just saw something about that a little while ago as well. Okay, that is not... What is that? What exactly am I cleaning? Crosshair dirt details, crosshairs on, mold. Oh, that's great. That's just what you want in, you know, a car that has the spatula that, you know, in theory somebody's going to use to cook. Yeah. This ain't just dirt and algae this time. This is just straight up mold. Looks like some kind of spontaneous dirtification. None of its surroundings are affected. Just the wagon itself, exactly like Con Street, the Krusty Krab, and the Chum Bucket. Yeah. You guys pissed off something deep down, I think. Little cup for the shifter. All right. Steering wheel is still not quite clean. There we go. All right. So yeah, I'm kind of curious about where the mold came from. Like, is this actually like an actual burger, or like, I don't think a power washer is going to get this thing as clean as it should be. You need some serious disinfectant or something. Almost like they've been repeatedly pecked at by some mysterious and hostile beast of the deep. Whatever did this has one almighty mouth on its hands, or should I say its face. Yeah, there's a lot of really weird stuff going on here. Wait a second, wasn't there like one episode where like SpongeBob made a drawing of himself that went like batshit crazy and like started doing all kinds of evil, wicked things? there we go. Now the top button's done. The hood needs to be opened up so that we can get to the inside. Could it be the Plankton Army? Again, you guys do realize that Plankton was like, oh wow, okay, this thing is like all greased up. But Plankton's only interested in the Krabby Patty formula. Is there anyone or anything who could have a vendetta against so many people? And who could pull off such a stunt without anyone noticing? Well, obviously you guys are not that, you guys don't pay attention that much to details, so as to who could do this, I'm willing to bet a lot of people could. Okay, so this isn't so much an engine as just a deep fryer. All right, you come here. Give me up just a little bit higher, but not too much higher. All right. There's the lettuce done. There's only one I know who has the viciousness, the speed, the guile, and the diameter to do such a thing. And who's that? It's gotta be. Well, we're waiting. Really? One minute. I need to recharge my device. Well, maybe if you hadn't, like, sent messages that were just 3 dots, your device wouldn't be nearly dead. All right, there we go. Oh, wow. We are literally just a fish. We are not even wearing a suit. We are literally a fish. A bright yellow fish. Jumping jellyfish. The paddy wagon's all right. By the way, did Sandy tell you that she's cracked the case? We're calling in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, the only ones who can stop the grubby fiend. Right, so we're going to be dealing with them next. Whoa, the invisible boat. Invisible boatmobile. There's evil afoot. Evil. But it's not. But it's no foot, amigo. It's a bubble. A dirty, dirty bubble. And he's been painting the whole town brown. Yes, we saw him. We tracked him to Jellyfish Fields. No, wait, the Jellyfish Fields. Wait, the Jellyfield fishes. No, the Jellyfish Fields. But he cornered us, and I didn't think a round thing could do that. Finally, he sucked us in with his awesome surface tension. We managed to pry our way out with Barnacle Boy's rough, rock-eating tongue, but the invisible boatmobile is a wreck. It's covered in every type of gunk you could find in an all-you-can-eat if you were a clam. Barnacle Boy says you have some kind of squirter that you pressure into working for you. I respect that. Okay, so we're cleaning an invisible boat. Which is not so invisible. Right, until you clean it, and then it's invisible. Okay, that's kind of clever. Sandy Cheeks was right. We gave chase to the dirty bubble, high-tailing it away from the paddy wagon with a big filthy grin on his face. As if he could have any other kind. Don't you worry, kiddo. We're gonna wipe that big dirty grin, clean off that dirty bubble. Just as soon as you've wiped down our shoe, wiped down our shoes. The mud's there. Wait, what? The mud's deep here, and I don't like it one bit. So yeah, kind of a cute, cute little thing as far as the, oh hey, so when it's dirty you can see it, when it's clean you can't. Right, so there's the... We spotted him. The bobbing evilly north. Right. Wait a minute, do you realize what's north of here? No. I don't. I have no sense of direction. So yeah, and then when there's water on it, you can see it, but then it fades as it dries. Again, really cute, really just kind of a neat idea. Barnacle Boy says that due north is the Goo Lagoon. Okay. I'm not from around here. But I don't care who's do what. If the dirty bubble makes it that far, we can kiss goodbye to at least... We could kiss goodbye to at least 7 colors of the rainbow. All these jellyfish are really testing our supply of antihistamines. And Mermaid Man's already has a rash from being inside the dirty bubble. Well, maybe you should have stayed outside the dirty bubble. We're having to apply a real pharmaceutical matrix out here. All right, we need a brake light. Why do you even have a brake light if the boat is invisible? All right, seats are done. We've got one door. There we go. Hey, now we can actually see the outline of it, which is a little weird. It's okay. I do think it's pretty cool how it's like, yeah, as you clean it, it becomes less visible. That's kind of a nice touch. So let's see here. That was Barnacle Street, the bus, Krabby Patty, and the Chum Bucket. Okay, so we should have one more in this, and I'm sure it will probably be huge. Hey, the sleeves of Neptune, you've done it! The invisible boat looks fantastic, I assume. It's so good not to see it again. I'll get a load of the news. It'll blow your fins off. We finally apprehended the dirty bubble. Caught him in the act of evil. Open mouth he was, and inches away from Goo Lagoon. Can you imagine? I can't. I have no visual imagination. But when you get inside the mind of a criminal, you don't need it. You can guess their every move. And we've got inside this more than his mind. We got inside his very being. We're headed to the Mermalair now, where we can safely incarcerate to the Merlair, Barnacle Boy. Right, and you guys, yeah, and he made a mess of everything. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the elusive prison of Fangor. No, wait. I mean, the Mermalair. I live here, don't I? Right, you gotta remember, Merman is a little on the old side now. And guess what? That dirty bubble has struck again. This time within our very walls. Don't ask me how, but he escaped, ran around, dirtied up the place before, quick as night, sneaking back into his impregnable hold from which escape is impossible. Then how did he get out to do the deed? And look what he's done to the place. He's managed a whole 9 yards to look like it's a festering nest of negligence. And for what? Revenge? I'd like to see him try. Look around. Do something, kid, before we descend into a pit of self-loathing. And crime in Bikini Bottom spirals out of control. And don't forget those nooks and crannies. Crime flourishes where angelfish fear to dredge. Right, and you only paid me $175? I mean, I got almost that just for doing the Krusty Krab. You're superheroes, and this place is huge. This doesn't look like the work of the Dirty Bubble to me. Yeah, he was a lot more thorough. Looks more like years of persistent dirt and ineffective cleaning techniques. Wait, don't you worship these guys, SpongeBob? But yeah, there they are in their prime. Because they ain't in their prime anymore. They are like old men. Alright. Me up to the top of, what is this? Electrical device body. I mean, it does kind of look like, you know, the work of the dirty thing. I mean, it's all the same stuff that was on your house, so... Oh, I did. Very much so. Oh, wow. I did not realize I wasn't even all the way on the ground yet. This thing is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Like, why do you even need something with like a Tesla coil? Can you stand up, please? And we did realize that we are a fish. We are just a regular old fish. Thankfully, we had to do a couple vehicles, so it's like we got actually a pretty close up look of what we look like. Oh, okay. Right. How about you come over here? Barnacle shells? Can you not tell your sidekick to just like knock off the shenanigans? Keep his barnacles to himself? Wait, is that what those pink things are? Is barnacle shells? Yes. I thought they kind of looked like some kind of like almost organic like growth. Okay. Oh, okay. That was not what I was trying to do. There we go. Finally. Yes, and we found out that yes, that was in fact the culprit. That big evil looking brown bubble is exactly what was going around and doing all the dirtying. Why he kind of looked a little upset when he zoomed off was because it's like, hey, now I know I dirtied this place up real good. What the hell happened? Anything that's going to be well, okay. Number one, I question the choice of putting anything that's going to generate electricity underwater like this, but also the whole power washing thing. It's like, you know, it's not exactly a great idea. I'm beginning to wonder if they made this one or planned this one out before they added the tri-point. Because I wouldn't mind having the tri-point at this with some of this stuff that's like really rusty and tough and All right, we need to get you out of the way. What's that sound? That's just like a sound of a computer or something? Yes, it is the sound of a computer. Okay. Give me a little bit of a break here. Come on. Okay. How are these things not like rusted completely away by now? can't manage to get the top of this. Good grief. Right. Let's try and get you from this angle. There we go. All right. That's got that done. Pardon me, but I'm going to have to, like, trample all over your science set here. I hope there isn't any, you know, important experiments going on right now. I mean, I'll clean it afterwards, obviously. I mean, I suppose that's more of an indication that, you know, should be a bit more of a hey, I really hope there aren't any, you know, actual experiments going on with how filthy that it is. Let's get you, yes, you over to here. That's fine. Rivets. That's gonna be a pain in the ass because it's like. Ah, there we go. I didn't get the inside of that one. All right. Go there. There we go. All right. Oh, good God. There's 3 more of those freaking things. Ugh. All right. Let's move on to some of the more easier stuff. Oh. Yeah, never mind what I said about easier. More interesting, maybe, because we have all their different equipment, but, easier this is not. Love the fact that he's, like, literally just got his mermaid man slippers. Those are part of his... Those are just part of his entire gear. The tickle belt? Normally, superheroes don't go in for torture like that. What is that? Bubble Wand of Doom. Bubble Solution of Doom? Bubble Wand of Doom container. That's just... Okay, I will admit it's kind of metal to have spikes on a bubble wand, but I... Shall come... Balls of Steel. So this is what? The Wall of Superhero Gadgetry, and then Wall of Superhero Gadgetry, and then the actual gadgets. You don't need to put that as a, you know... as like a header for all of the gadgets. We know that it's on the Wall of Gadgetry. All right, what are you? You are the utility belt, of course. The Wall of Superhero Super Gadgetry Lunchbox. I'm pretty sure it's just just a lunchbox. Lost episode tape. All right. All right. Where's my ladder? Obviously, I can't get to the top of Barnacle Boy's helmet or hat. Whatever the hell he calls it. That is the shell bra, which, you know, belongs to, you know, Mermaid Man because he's old and, I don't know, has bitch tits? Right, the star mask, the tartar gun. Which is really dirty. What are you? You are the Merman Ring and the Aqua Ring. A disguise. No specific disguise. It's just a general disguise. Special blender. Why do you need a special... Well, okay, again, he's old, so maybe that's to mash up his food so that he can, you know, just swallow it down? A cosmic ray, because you gotta have a cosmic something or other. Crustaceous hammer. Squid ink bomb. Cosmic Ray, the Ultra Grinder 3000. Now, why do you have an Ultra Grinder 3000 right next to the Special Blender? At a ball of fury. The Aqua Glove. No comment. And the Radar Boot. That's not so much a glove as just a permanent fist. Right, the wall is done. What is that? Oh, that's an oxygen tank. But don't you guys breathe underwater? All right. Radar capsule? That's a pretty big capsule. All right, I think we've got everything there. What are you? You are the Orb of Confusion. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm pretty sure that has been left on for far too long. Okay, so it'll make noise. That's great. I'm kind of curious as to why we could even turn that on. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It confuses you as to why the hell they put it in here. The costumes of the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. Who would you be, SpongeBob? I'd be Elastic Waistband. With those stretching powers, I could change the channel without finding the remote. That is a very simplistic answer. And, you know, very selfish, too. Focus on the upper part while we have the extension on. Then we can take the extension off and deal with stuff that is more than halfway down. What is that? Is that just a... It's a ceiling chute. Okay. Normally with, you know, stuff like that, you would want the chute going out, not coming in. Wait, where were we? Oh yeah, we were over here. Okay, there we go. All right. Ugh, okay, you're like freaking out on me. Please stop that. So I do have to wonder, is this fish, was this fish employed by Powerwash Services as like, you know, an underwater part of our sales team, of our team, or what? All right. Or did they like hear about the surface having power washers and being like, oh hey, maybe we could get that working here? All right. Why is there just an anchor? Oh, it's just a wall ornament. Okay. I mean, I was wondering if it was like, oh no, the anchor of destiny or something like that. Nope, it's just a wall decoration. All right. Give me this. I'm sure we're going to need to get up to the top of this, and yep. Seriously, it looks cool and all, guys, but, you know, if you're not going to clean the damn thing, don't put it up there. And how do you prevent this from just floating away? Like, that's kind of the whole point of a life preserver, is to float. All right. Now for the big ass TV. I mean, computer. Right, maybe if we like sit in his chair or stand on his chair. What was that? Like we could turn something on? Okay, this looks like old sneezes. That doesn't look so much like algae as like somebody sneezed on the monitor and, you know, couldn't reach up there to wipe it off. Now you see why Batman has Alfred. This is much brighter than I anticipated. Oh, much, much brighter, much, much more vivid than I anticipated. Whoa, whoa. Okay. You know the old man's gotta just hate the Batcave, because it's like he's got to climb up onto the giant computer system and everything to keep it clean, and especially with Alfred around, Bruce Wayne never learned to clean up after himself. All right. The side of the console. That's just one big power cord. Computer cable of some sort, at least. Probably just for the. Oh God, that was a mistake. Ow. That was a big mistake. All right. Okay. Now, slow, easy does it. There we go. All right. I do appreciate how they kept the hand-drawn art style and stuff, even in the 3D, you know, even in the 3D environment. Well, okay, yeah, Bruce Wayne probably wouldn't make this much of a mess. Well, I don't think they meant to make this much of a mess. But you gotta remember, both Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man are really freaking old. They're not exactly climbing up here to dust every, 6 months. I think we've got pretty much all of this dealt with. I mean, okay, there is a slight bevel here that we'll want to clean from the top because I don't think we'll be able to reach it from this bottom. Actually, no. You mind stopping at the top of the frickin' ladder rather than jumping off? Jeez. Can't get good help these days. Not even from yourself. Yeah, this is a pretty impressive. This is a pretty impressive computer setup. I mean, you know, it's certainly big. I will give it that much. It's certainly big. I'm not entirely sure big is better here. With super cringe, would I be? Super good question, Patrick. You would be a super villain. Just be honest here, SpongeBob. I'd be the Quickster, able to travel vast distances at the speed of light. Well, no, that's not the speed of light exactly. Wait, would I still get tired? If I ran to rock bottom in under a second, would I then collapse of exhaustion? Well, you'd be extremely hungry, yes. Your metabolism would work a whole lot faster. If so, I want that? Wait, you... Would I then collapse of exhaustion? If so, I want that. Wait, you want to collapse from exhaustion? That's... kind of a weird want. Why are there big knobs back here? Why do you have a... Obviously, this is a custom-made computer monitor. But why would you make it with extra inputs that you don't use? Like, I'm assuming those are like input cables that, like, as big as those things are, you're never gonna just find something off the shelf that's gonna fit those plugs. Like, yeah, when you, like, build a computer or buy a monitor or something like that, you're going to have, like, inputs that you don't use because it's got multiple inputs. But, again, custom made. You know exactly how many inputs and what you need them for. Okay, where's the console? There we go. There, yeah. serious? All right. All right, there we go. Oh, come on, guys. Really? You went with your old pictures? You guys so do not look like that anymore. We are, like, not even halfway done yet. Good grief, this thing is huge. I mean, it is a superhero lair, so... it's bound to be big. Still. You guys definitely need to invest in a maid. All right. There aren't rivets all over this thing. Not rivets that actually stand out. Wait, is that a warning light? Why is there a warning light on... Oh. I guess it's for the alarm. I guess the rivets do stand out on this upper part here. On the actual stand, but not on the base. But somehow it still rusts. Even though it looks like paper. All right. There's that. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Figured that was probably where what we were missing. All right. What am I calling? Oh. Don't make it easy to move around this place, do you guys? Go. All right. Another pillar done. Huzzah! Hey, we're up to 56% now. Gonna get the far side of those rivets, or the inside of those rivets. Whoa, the wall of superhero gadgetry. Yeah, I cleaned that a while ago, okay? You guys are wanting me to hit specific things at a specific in order. You'd need to like mark those. Thank you. Look, SpongeBob, the bubble wand of doom, the tartar gun, and even the paddle of fury. Yeah, a lot of those are just toys with spikes. Imagine having the skill set to use that. I mean, they may say that it's of fury, but it's still just a paddle ball. Oh man, I gotta be all up close for this shit. It's gonna suck. Fine, I'm getting up on your science table again. I will not apologize. You just made this one as difficult to clean as possible, didn't you? All right, there we go. I think that's everything. Yeah. All right, fine. I guess we'll clean your chemistry set next. Patrick, why is your ID in here? Especially on the chemistry set. You don't. You barely know how to move, let alone how to perform chemistry. Right. You know what? We are going to, yes, and you have some wood cleaner. Wait, you won't let us use any wood cleaner? We have metal glass. Can we get some wood cleaner? No, we cannot. Okay. So, thanks, guys. That's just amazing. Give us oil-stained wood, but not wood cleaner. Is that... Oh, no, that is a chemistry beaker. Okay, I'm like... That just looks like a mug. That looks like somebody was drinking some coffee or something while waiting for an experiment to run. I've played enough of this game to know that there's always going to be an underside. Okay, seriously, how did you get oil to run down this, along the underside, and then down the table? I would love to know, because that is not how oil usually behaves. And you got to do it 3 different times. All right. What is this? This is the prison chamber of frozen tartar. Hey, there's our buddy. Oh, he looks worried. He looks either worried, confused, or in pain. Yeah, maybe you guys want to clean the rust off of this, like, containment unit. Freeze and unfreeze. I mean, at least it's, you know, pretty clear instructions on how to use it. try and clear off the actual, like, containment unit. Alright, apparently there's, like, some seriously ground in grease here. Alright, that should have that taken. The grease taken care of at least. Grease and rust and I don't know what all else. I don't think I want to know what all else. All right. And we're going to need a ladder over here, aren't we? Because we're not going to be able to reach the top of that from down here. So I'm guessing, like, tartar is, like, the tartar sauce that, like, I guess all fish hate. I mean, granted, if there was a particular sauce that was generally, you know, used to eat humans, I probably wouldn't be a big fan of it. Then again, I don't know. If it makes us delicious, might not be that bad. All right. Now then, ladder. Come here. You know, I never really liked tartar sauce until I started making my own. I don't know what they put in, like, the generally commercially available stuff, but it's just like, yeah, it just... The taste is just kind of like, meh, it's bland. I mean, it's, I think... Of course, I usually make mine with either homemade mayo for the base or the fat-free plain Greek yogurt. So, all right, you gotta have some. There we go. All right, I think that's. Oh no. That's right, this one cable still has stuff. now. Oh, nope. At least one more light bulb to do. All right, there we go. Now we're done with that. Okay, great. What are you? Why do you... The Hand of Justice machine. Is this just a spanking machine? Why is the monitor covered in oil? I have a lot of questions about this one, guys. Yeah, that's just straight up oil on there. Does the machine need to be regularly oiled up? Like, maybe the moving parts, but like the monitor? Okay, that HDR that they've got is funky as fuck here. Holy crap, that is just... That is wild. Yeah, so the Hand of Justice machine is literally just a belt-operated spanking machine. Which begs the question, does it bring justice to the wicked by spanking them, or does it instill justice in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy by spanking them before their missions? I'm kind of upset that we can't turn this on and see how it works. Just, you know, for purely for scientific purposes. Okay, I would have thought that the glove would have been red with all the stuff that was on that, but apparently it was just that filthy. Super acquaintances chair. You know what? Let's go through and get all the chairs here. At least all the seats and stuff that we can get. All the chairs, all the parts of the chairs that we can get from the table. But there he is, the sauce of all evil. The dirty bubble, wrapped in the brine of justice. Oh no, SpongeBob, you have to pronounce it evil. You thought you were salty, but not salty enough, my filthy friend. Don't taunt the bad guy. You do realize they always get out, right? Like, the bad guys always escape. Mostly because the heroes understand the need for job security. I know what you mean. It's just like one of those things where it's like, okay, that's just, yep, that's a thing. All right. Like the Batman and Robin one, I kind of like forcefully keep that out of my mind because it's like no. That one, it's just like, that is on the border, that is like right on the borderline of just straight up creepy. That makes it sound like Batman has way too much in common with the Mad Hatter. There we go. Oh, right. I forgot about this guy. Forgot about the light. And whatever the hell that is back there on the wall. What is that? Oh, it's the wall alarm. For when there's a trouble with the wall? That's very specific. Alright, let's get up here and get the top of this done. Good grief. You would think they'd at least keep their alarm system, like, you know, in prime condition. Alright, you... Oh, I can't pick something up when I'm up here. Right. Okay. Go. Maybe behind these? Up. Yep. There we go. All right. Now then, I think we've got one more chair, right? Yeah. One more chair to do. And the center, the ceiling pipe, the table, and whatever's in those chambers back there. Which the more I see this place, the more I'm like, you know, I don't know if I want to clean the chambers back there. There we go. Now I think we just have these tanks. Misappear, the Quickster, the Elastic Waistband, and Captain Magma. Right. So those must be the rest of the super acquaintances. Okay, that must be shadows in between the two, in between the tanks. I'm hoping that's a shadow, because, man, there should not be that much oil anywhere. Anywhere along in here. Of course, there shouldn't have been that much oil on the frickin' chemistry set either. So, like, I'm kind of confused as far as the merman lair, as to, is this like merman's spot, or is it like a joint hideout for all the super acquaintances? There we go. Like, Batman, didn't object to people coming into the Batcave, from the Justice League, but, like, he didn't offer up his Batcave to, for everybody just to crash and be like, yeah, keep your costumes here. It's fine. What do you mean, did I know that we were directly under Wayne Manor? Well, isn't that curious? you would think that most of the people that have been to the Batcave at least would, like, put two and two together and be like, hey, so yeah, I figured out exactly where the Batcave is, and yeah, why would Batman put it right under Wayne Manor? That is some very deep-seated ignorance on behalf of the rest of the Justice League. Now, with the elastic waistband, would that mean that only his waist is elastic? Can he just randomly change his underwear size? All right, ladder, yes. All right, so once we clean the tops of these, I think we should be done. Yeah, I kind of figured the last one was probably going to be, like, extra long. Especially after having a couple of, like, small little vehicles. Alright, so... what are we missing? What are we missing? A monitor sockets. All right, there we go. Computer stand ladder. Oh, right. I never did really focus on the ladder, did I? All right. Hand of Justice machine, the small pulley. Then one of the button boards on the... all right, but which one? You've got like 12 dozen button boards. There we go. All right. Hey, everything's back to normal in Bikini Bottom. Sandy's singing, Plankton's plotting, and Mermaid Man's mobilizing. Who knows? When the dirty bubbles served his time, maybe he will become a clean little bubble, wafting happily around the place. I don't think so. He's like frozen. He can't, can't be reformed when he's literally just frozen. We can't thank you enough for helping us clean up our little mystery. Without you, we'd still be knee-high in grime and crime. Anyways, gotta dash. We're throwing a surprise party for Squidward to say sorry for all the mess we made. We've invited the whole town. Squidward's gonna love it. Goodbye, friend, and thanks again. All right, so I think tomorrow we're going to go on to one of the other specials. So we've done the Shrek. We still have Alice in Wonderland. We have Back to the Future. We could do the Tomb Raider or Midgard. I think Midgard is like the Final Fantasy stuff. We also do have the Warhammer 40K. I think we'll probably do we'll do Alice's Adventures and then Back to the Future. Maybe we'll reverse that. I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Anyway, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Don't forget the top link in the description down below will take you to our fourth wall page where we have things like our Suit Up Vault Dweller, we have a Wasteland to save, Fallout shirt, we've got tons of stuff just all over the place. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links in the description down below. Everything from our Facebook page to our permanent invite for the Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more of the Outer Worlds 2. And then that following midnight, we'll be back with more Powerwash Simulator and their DLCs. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!